here, I'm speaking on what has happened in the week, what has happened in my life, what is going on currently. Quite frankly, there are so many people that have been so upset about Martin Luther King Day that why are these people getting arrested? What are y'all doing? Monday of MLK Day was not even his birthday. What are y'all doing? Let me say something.
You're loving the red too.
First of all, this is the day that the country acknowledges. Monday was the country acknowledging or somewhat acknowledging Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. So I was out on that day. I don't need to be out on the actual day of his birthday because I'm black. I'm gonna be out here on the day that the country is allegedly trying to honor his life. So I'll be out on that day. And while I was out on that day, we were attacked and brutalized.
Talk about it.
What we need to acknowledge, what we truly need to acknowledge, is that when we're doing nothing, we have the most to say. But when we're doing something, we're doing something, so I don't have no fucking time to be talking about y'all. That's the reality of it. I'm doing something. I have seen the oppression. I have chosen not to be put in this society that only allows me to be a sex worker, quite frankly. Black trans women are only supposed to be sex workers. And let me tell you something, there is so much beauty in sex working. There is so much. But I don't want to be a sex worker. I don't want to be a sex worker. I don't want to have to be forced to be a sex worker the same way white women don't want to be forced into just cooking and cleaning. I don't want to do it. And yet during this pandemic, I became a sex worker. I became a very prominent sex worker. Well, you can find me on Twitter. I milked that cow real quick during this pandemic because I knew this country was not going to give me the money that I needed. I knew it, so I did what I had to do. But I'm an architect. I'm an architect that's going to make buildings. And I want you to hear me. When I say luxury, I want you to say luxury. Luxury! 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 Luxury housing! Luxury housing! Luxury housing! Luxury housing! For black people! For black people! Black people! For black people! For black people in the Bronx! For black people in the Bronx! Black people in the Bronx! For black people in the Bronx! Yes, that's what I plan on doing. I know my capabilities. And I know how this society works. Right now, I know specifically after this summer that I need to be not in school, but I need to be serving the community, and I need to be learning the community. I need to be learning every aspect of the community. Because quite frankly, I grew up in the projects. I grew up having to see people. Well, if the elevator's not running, because the elevator never did run. The elevator always broke down. I would have to go down the staircase, and what would I see in the staircase? People shooting up, heroin, all types of drugs. I never stepped over those people. I never stepped over those people. And I said, are you okay? As a child at 8 years old, are you okay? Good. You are
maybe like 20 minutes ago.
I would give my lunch to them. That's not to make me seem like a hero.
Oh my God.
It's something that is supposed to be something that's real. At 8 years old, having nothing, having holes in my shoes. Do you need something? Do you need help? That's something I did. That's something I'm still doing. Oh, sweetheart, hello. Hi. Whatever's happening over there, I don't feel this arm right now. I'm not feeling this arm right now. So if I'm speaking right here, sacrificing the ability to feel this arm, I'm
Yeah, she was with a little.
attention. Thank you so much.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, that being said, today is about dropping all charges, and that might be some. Okay, hold on. Losing feeling is something too. Today is about dropping all charges. The carceral system does not work for anybody. The carceral system. Oh, I don't need. Okay, wait. Okay, but this is Nikki and this is my sister. I mean, when you want to talk about a co-conspirator, when you want to talk about when you want to talk about co-conspirator, let this be the message. This one. Really, it's really fun. And we can wrap this up.
Yeah, multi-screen thing is gonna work, I think. It's just like start streaming on Facebook. That's for another time. And then I had to re-log in at Twitch, and then my logo is fucking, I have to reload that, so. Not doing multi-streaming or the logo right now.
So, my fingers are in her bra. And that is the beauty of community. When Michael Jackson said it doesn't matter if you're black or white, he was talking about this. So, hello. Okay, we need to keep people laughing because it's so cold. Okay. Hey, okay. I'm gonna hurry up and hurry the book up. I'll be the last person that speaks. Okay, I promise you. 3, 2, and I'm the last person that speaks. We need to keep going. It's cold. Okay. Okay, so we heard to drop all charges. And let me tell you what that means. I am somebody who has charges. I am somebody who has federal charges. And let me explain what that means. Well, oh, that doesn't exist. Cold is cold and frostbite is frostbite. I just figured. Okay, well you're naked, so please. At this point, and this whole another thing, a quick side note. I swear to God, when May and June comes, if all of y'all and your hats and your coats are not wearing a dress, I'm gonna beat y'all. Because we doing this, you know, when we came out, we were gonna do a ball. Like, we had to be the ones to, you know, dress up. And now at this point, it's like, girl, I need to be out. Wait, nobody can out me, but I'm close. You know, runner up with one or two, you know, runner up. Okay. Specifically, the carceral system does not work for black or brown people. When you get arrested as a black or brown person, and I speak this as a person who's experienced this, I've watched my father be arrested in front of me. I have watched my father not once, as a 2-year-old, as a 3-year-old, as a 6-year-old, as an 8-year-old, watch my father be arrested. And at one point, I was put in the foster care system because the police officers who arrested my father while I was in the car put me into the foster system and did not bother to find out if I had a mother, if I had a family to go to. I was in the foster system. Because they do not care when it comes to black people being arrested. Like I said before, my father, I wouldn't see my father during the day. I would see him before I went to night, before I went to sleep. What he did at night, what my mother did at night, is none of my fucking business. And it's none of nobody's business what they did to survive, what they had to do to survive. Because I'm sure my father wanted to fly planes. My mother wanted to be a teacher. She wanted to teach children. But my father is not a pilot right now. My mother is not a teacher right now. And do you want to know why? Because of systemic racism. And it's nobody else's fault. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they chose to be this way. It's not because they wanted to sell drugs. It's not because they wanted to be in a gang. And it's something. No, it's. Yeah. Girl, what are you talking about? At the end of the day, you know, it's so easy to, oh, you want to place blame on somebody. You want to take accountability. It's not that. It's that I'm here right now. I feel like I'm doing something, and yet I am in poverty. I don't know how I'm going to pay my tuition. I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. I am in a school where white people, in a college where white people still bully me, where white people still make me feel inferior. That is not something that you can change. That is not laziness. It is the reality of our lives. I'm at a point where I cannot be this way. I cannot dress this way because still I am a man. To the people. What? You know, I would smack the shit out of somebody over here. I would get expelled if I do it in my college. Okay. DMCC, if anybody else would like to smack the shit out of somebody, you know where to find me. I'll let you know exactly where to go. When I get rid of class, who to find, my teachers, I'll find the addresses of my teachers. It's this thing, and I want to continue to amplify, because I know the people in this space believe me. I know you believe me. I only believe me. My sister over there screaming, she's screaming because she believes me. Go on, my sister believes me. She's screaming because she believes me, and she is so empowered. I want my sisters to all feel empowered. And it's so confusing when my black sisters want to do
Yes, it is.
None of us is doing. If you think you're winning, girl, you're not winning. You getting beaten up the same way I'm getting beaten up. You're getting raped the same way I am getting raped. And that is the reality of it. And that is what we are seeing, specifically in Brooklyn, by our own people. And that's what I have to say. This is not to shame our own people. For our people that are in the crowd right now, we need to address our own people. Girl, oh my God, you think this is for show? I'll be walking to McDonald's in the same dress. If I'm hungry after this protest, I'm going in the same dress. Brother Turnabout. What the fuck is you? Bitch, you wanna know who the fuck I am? I'm fighting for your liberation. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I'm cold. I'm so cold. But, oh, okay, it feels like frostbite. Okay, fine.
Definitely.
So all I have to say is here, and I wrote it down. I wrote a letter. Quite frankly, I'll be honest. I wrote a few letters to Barack Obama when he became president, because I'm not trying to make anybody feel some type of way. I'm still a grown-ass woman, but I was 8 years old when Barack Obama became president. Okay, okay. I'm so grown. Please. And I wrote a few letters. If somebody has my phone, I don't know where it went. I lost all few of them. Okay, so I'm going to write. My mother sent me a picture. And basically, we'll go to that picture. We'll read the letter. Oh, this is a little personal. Dear Barack Obama, I'm an 8-year-old black boy from the Bronx. That is a black boy. And one of my main issues was about animals. I cared a lot about animals. And I said, you know, manatees are, I don't need to explain to you. Manatees are mammals that require warm water. And at warm water, if we can take hoses that take warm water to different parts of the country, then we can help the endangered, you know, manatee animals. I'm sorry, my writing was not the best. And, you know, I was speaking to my sister Nikki and a few other people. I was kind of a dictator. I still am. Quite frankly, I mean, who knows better than me? Okay. I don't quite understand why the police are so mean to my daddy. I don't know why I go days without my daddy. My daddy is a strong... You see, that's what we talk. I had just heard my sister say black trans women is sneaking. Okay, anyways. I don't even need to be a... Okay. I don't know why my daddy was taken away at night. I don't know why my daddy was taken away when we were driving home from McDonald's. I don't know why I used to call the police Smurfs. Why the Smurfs would take my daddy I don't know why the Smurfs would make me be quiet. How do you do this? I know exactly how I felt, and I know exactly how I feel right now, and it's the same exact feeling. Because even my dad has so much to learn, as well as my mother. But they know what black liberation looks like. They understand what black liberation looks like. And like so many people in this city, they don't understand what black trans and black queer liberation looks like. But that's why we are here. That's why I have been standing here to educate my black brothers and sisters and siblings. This is what black liberation for all black people looks like. And when we say drop our charges, we need to acknowledge the hypocrisy. Because if you want to say black people are liberated in this country, then you need to acknowledge the hypocrisy. How a white student who was trying to sell information about the US government to Russia could somehow be sent back to her parents? Yeah. Hello, ma'am, you need to control your daughter. But when my father is trying to sell weed, he is beaten. When my father doesn't have an non-expired driver's license, is beaten, arrested in front of his 4-year-old child. You want to try to explain that to me? When you want to, and I don't need to give examples, because white supremacy is full of hypocrisy. White supremacy is full of hatred. It's full of double standards that I pray to God I don't need to explain because I don't want to. Because I could give you examples. I could explain to you my pain. But if you truly believed in my liberation, I wouldn't need to. I wouldn't need to explain to you. I wouldn't need to tell you every story because you would just believe me. Because you know in your experience, you've seen how they treated us. I was in a van with white women who were not touched. But I was touched. I was in a van with white trans women who were identified as women. And I was not. And I hope I don't need to speak anymore on that topic. I have my sisters that you all know of who have taught you. My sisters have taught you who are facing years in prison right now, who are having to struggle right now. And I hope to God I don't need to explain to you what they're going through. They are going through the same things you probably have done in your childhood, but somehow are facing federal charges. They have probably done the same things my co-conspirators have done, but are facing federal charges. And that's not to make you feel attacked. And if you feel attacked, I don't have any room for you here in this space. I don't have feeling in this arm because I'm feeling warm, and I know I'm not warm. This arm is really warm for some reason. But I know my sisters are doing the work. And if you see my sisters are not here right now, they are doing the work and they are trying to make sure that they can continue doing the work because this government is stopping them from doing the work. And I will rush to the point. How can this government persecute people that are doing the work? This government is not working for the people. This government is not working for black people. You keep on holding your face and our city council members. Let me tell you something. If you hold me as a respectable person, okay, sorry. If you believe in me and if you hold me as somebody, if you see me as somebody that means something to you, first of all, I don't support, and I need to say this loud enough, to people who still feel that they can talk. White people who are running for any election in this country right now are not helping black people. You should not be supporting white people, specifically in New York City, who is the most diverse city in this country. Specifically, diverse city that has the most brown and black people. You should not be supporting any white person who is running for city council. Because quite frankly, even the most white person who has moved to this city in the past summer, can a white person actually identify as a New Yorker? Can a white person actually represent a district? I need you to know. Nikki, if I lived in this neighborhood right now, can a white person represent me? If I lived in the World Trade Center, can a white person represent me? If I lived in Times Square, can a white person represent me? No. Okay, and do you identify as a white person? Oh, she does. Okay, so that being said, no matter what district you represent, you can represent me. You can represent as a white person other poor white people. Oh yes, go to Alabama. In this city, can you represent me? The most oppressed, the most... Well, child, that's another thing. I'm not oppressed. I am oppressed. Y'all won't allow that to identify me. Child, because ain't nobody... I'm still waiting for the day somebody look better than me. I am still waiting for that day, and I will continue waiting until the day you put a tombstone over my body. Because it's never going to happen. Anyway, but it's cold, and we need to get going. So, this... I or closed toes because my toes, okay, my toes are not feeling anything. Do you mind if I sit down?
You don't mind.
So here's the thing. We're going to get marching. And there has been so many things said about the Stonewall protest. And quite frankly, it's because the Stonewall protest is the only protest that's going on in New York City. And, okay, bitch, can you make some money on this fellow? We used to be about 15 people. 15 people marching to the West Side Highway and holding space. Oh, with thousands of drivers. Oh, no. Some black trans women, we're gonna hold some space. And you're not gonna go anywhere. That was the legacy of the Stonewall protest. We were the Stonewall protest because there was no other organization or there was no other community that was amplifying black trans and black queer people and black trans and black queer community. And so we came here and we held space. And that right is so important in this step here. And I'm also telling myself this because I am quite cold. And we need to march. And I say this, you, and I hope I am reaching to all of you when I say this. And I want to reach to all of you. You are the most amazing people. You are the strongest people. You are making my dreams come true. You are making, the reason why I am standing here looking so vulnerable because I don't want to hold Nikki's hand. I don't want to be cold right now. I don't want to have to wear a jacket right now. But I am so cold. But I am here because I am here for you because I know, and this is not deserving applause. I am dressed this way because I know subconsciously it gives you hope. You see some black trans woman up here in a fucking dress? Girl! Well, I mean, I might as well keep coming out. If you're that cold and I'm over here in my North Face hoodie, girl, because it's a mutual understanding that I don't think we need to explain. And quite frankly, I'm here to serve the community. I'm here to serve all of us. I don't believe in violence. I believe in what you give is what you get. I will repeat this again, and I need us to repeat each other. Repeat. What you give is what you get. You touch me, I'll touch you. Let me say something. But I'm telling you, you touch me, you kick me, these heels will go right in your jugular. It's not a fair fight. At that point, it's not a fair fight. Fuck with me.
Period.
We are here for liberation. We are here to drop more charges specifically for this state. Black people are fighting for their lives and somehow face the Muslim mentality. Quite frankly, I would say at Stonewall we have never taken over a capital. White supremacy, lack of education, I don't know. We've never taken over the capital. We never even took over the city. No, we took over the sidewalk. Jesus Christ. And somehow, we are met with such hesitation. But we know. I feel like I hope to God I've taught y'all why we are met with such hesitation. Do y'all know why we're met with such hesitation? Because we were a Black Lives Matter organization. We are Black Lives Matter people. That's why we are met with such hesitation. And that's why it is so important for us to keep on going. That's why it's so important for us to keep on marching. We need, what do you get it personal? I need you. I need you. And more love is the new thing. I need you. Because I didn't always dress this way. You made me feel so comfortable to dress this way. You made me feel so accepted to dress this way. Right now. I need you. I need all of you. It is mutual aid. It is community. It is about serving community. We've shown, even if you think that we still need to vote for Should I say the names?
Yeah.
Should I say the people? I don't know. Let me say something. All I know is not tonight. Okay. But there was the people running for city council who couldn't even diffuse a single situation. If they could not diffuse an altercation, how can they diffuse an altercation between a city council or, how do you say, a district? If you can't stop an argument, or let's say I want to fight Nikki. Okay, Nikki, I'm about to beat your ass. If my city council member cannot diffuse this altercation, how can they run a district? How can they run a district? They can't, because we don't need nobody to run districts. There are no districts, there are no borders. It's just fucking people. First things first, this space is no space for sexual abusers. And contrary to what many people believe, we do not condone and we do not accept violence in this space. I've had people say, well, you're all about numbers. Child, first of all, I've been marching with Queen Jean since the first day. Because Queen Jean, the first day I was here, is the first day I met her. And I think it was a smaller crowd than this. We've seen smaller crowds. I think 15 people is an exaggeration. Quite frankly, I think we've seen smaller crowds than 15 people.
Yep.
And we still marched. Numbers do not matter to us because, quite frankly, my life still matters. If you know me, from what people say, I'm a narcissistic dictatorship. And quite frankly, I am. I'm narcissistic and I'm a dictator. Because there's no way you're going to tell me, girl, it's my way or the highway. And you can go the highway's that way. Please, go right ahead. Because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And quite frankly, other black people, other white people, you ain't gonna tell me how to fight for my life. Because you don't know how to fight for my life. And that's something you need to understand. And that's something, if a person right over here, if you heard something about the Stonewall protest, I need you to let me know. There is no silence here. It's a dictatorship. But if you feel some animosity, if you feel like I heard something, please let me know. I am not the figurehead of this. You are all the figurehead of this. You are the figurehead of this. We are all. It's not. It was never. And I will say this as the person who started this, and not to say, maybe a little lost, but it's not to say I did this because I needed the community involved. Community involvement. If you feel unsure about something, if you've seen something, if you feel unsure, if you feel unsafe, girl, let me know. You can also speak up here. Right. No shame. But like, you can feel comfortable to come up to me. And I hope you do. I honestly hope you do. I honestly hope you feel comfortable enough. It was never, and I will say this as the mission statement, it was really to start housing for black trans people. That was my goal, was not only to raise awareness for black trans people, because nobody else was saying their names. The orgs that you like to follow, they weren't saying the black trans women's names. That's not their fault. But also, at this point, it's their fault. Now, in January 2020, it's their fault. But they weren't saying their names, so I did. Queen Jean did. If you feel any way, I want you to come up to me. I need that constructive criticism. Because quite frankly, if you know what you're doing, that's great. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I am going off of what I know as my own wisdom and my own experience, and what I know can benefit the people that I know. And I hope that y'all understand that. So quite frankly, we need to start marching because I'm losing all types of feelings. I will say, I love y'all. We're going to keep on marching. And for full transparency, there is another going on in another part of the city. We will be joining them. It was annoying. They never tried to communicate with us, and these people also are not trying to communicate with us. But that's fine, because girl, when I come up in there, I'm taking over. I love y'all. The carceral system does not work for the people. The carceral system is not here to healing.
That's what little music, right?
We are taking a strike. When you march, you're not looking at the sidewalk.
You know, sometimes
if we are not in opposition, we will hold. If there's a crazy person who shot a roller coaster, what are we going to say? How y'all feeling, y'all good?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna turn on my little
Yeah, bro, I was gonna hit you up on Instagram, but I was gonna come out.
I was gonna ask you, but like
I had to put my fucking cat down, dude.
Oh, that's sad, dude. Sorry about that.
I wasn't really sure.
I mean, it's nice to see you out here,
Yeah,
though.
man, I've got a fucking score, right?
Sure. And I'm glad we're meeting up with the other crowd, because I was curious about
Yeah,
that.
right, the Wall Street people, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
I'll see you around here.
Alright, dude, be safe. The homie. Oh, shit. Gotta tighten up, you know? Tight. Matters. Matters.
supremacy. No NYPD. No white supremacy.
That's it. Burn it down.
They're bastards. All cops are bastards. They don't get no peace. 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 They don't get no peace.
No KKK, no fascist USA. No KKK, no fascist USA.
Mike, you're right. Mike, you're right. That's why I'm looking for you to say same thing.
Ain't no justice in this town. 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 Say hell no to the po-po. 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 Up 12. Up 12. Up 12. Up 12. Not tomorrow, now!
past City Hall a couple blocks ago. March down Broadway, just like we used to do. Someone said it was like 7 degrees though. I believe that. The wind chill or whatever. Park, by the way, that's all lit up. We're occupying Wall Street in our community. Like candles. Ahead and plug my charger in anyways. Oh, here's more. These like undercover cops over here just waiting. I think so, but yeah, I gotta plug my battery charger in. catch up. What's up with this dude? This is Broadway and Wall Street right here. He's tailing along in. Trailing.
Slavery, capitalism. And we are made to believe that this is the center of our nation's history, that this is the center of our nation's strength. But quite frankly, this week alone, these past few days, we have shown capitalism that black people in this country have more power than you could ever imagine. We hold the power that they have made us to believe that we don't have. We hold it. We own it. They have made us to believe that we are less than, that we are ugly, that we are inferior. But quite frankly, they are afraid of our power. They are afraid of our money. They have made us believe that we are poor, that we are lazy, that we are worthless. But But quite frankly, the black dollar is the most powerful dollar in this world right now. Because the white man, the white woman wants to look like us. The white person wants to be us. The white person wants to exude in our culture, wants to live in our culture, but still oppress us. And we are here to say that we now will officially declare our power. We officially will let you know that we will now no longer suppress our power. That we are here declaring our lives. And if you think that you will gain money, if you think you will gain power by arresting us, by making us belong in your prisons that you've created to suppress only the black person, we are here to laugh in your faces, because I will no longer allow my black siblings to be put in your prisons. Because your prisons were made to suppress the black person. Your prisons were made to make sure that the black person sees no wealth, sees no happiness, sees no pursuit of happiness. And so it is so important for us to stand here on these steps, to hold space on these steps, and to mock and laugh at the country that you tried to create, the country that we are now overthrowing, because we refuse to abide by these racist, white supremacist laws that you put upon us. And I guarantee you, my siblings, my black siblings, will no longer be put in chains, no matter what you want to disguise it as. My black siblings will no longer feel suppressed by the white supremacy that you instill on them. My black siblings are fighting for their lives right now, and you choose to continue to make them see like the villains. And I will no longer allow that. We will no longer allow that. And that's why we are here today on these steps, in this space, to let you know that we are not gone. Our fight continues. And right now, I would like you to please welcome, please acknowledge my brother, my sister, my sibling, Shadow.
All that my good sister has said here, if you are not privy to what is happening in the news right now, Wall Street is in a crisis. Wall Street is in a significant crisis right now because normal people, we being the normal ones, have figured out the loophole. People are buying up stock like never before and causing hedge funds to foreclose. The money is being returned to the people. Let us be clear that this is making them so infuriated that they have closed the stock for today. That they have declared that this is illegal. The same practices that they use to establish their wealth, they are claiming that because we now know the knowledge that it is illegal. Be clear about what is happening in this country at this moment. Their systems on every turn are crumbling right before their eyes, and they cannot stand it. Cheer for us. Cheer for us. Make noise for us. Make noise for us. Systems will cease to exist. When we say abolition now, not tomorrow now, we mean that. That is a cry of our heart day in and day out. And when that day comes, when that victory comes, when we are able to see the new world that we have been so tirelessly fighting for, that is not time to rest. That is time to build anew. That is time to take one another by the hand and pull one another up so that we are able to see what it is that we have been fighting for, what it is that we have been crying for, what it is that we have been in chains and in bondage for years, for centuries. We have had enough. Say I. Say I. Say I believe. Say I believe. I believe that we will win. I believe that we must win. But more importantly, I believe that we have already won. That's right. I say to you, but we are blessed what we have been received. Right, hello. That being said, I would like for us to welcome Miss Queen G. But I think our friend George Washington right here needs to hear something from a black trans woman. Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you, Shadow. That was beautiful. I believe that we must win. I believe that we must win. And that is a declaration. That is a declaration being made. That is a promise that will be returned into fruition. Now make the Lord smile, please. You got me okay? Family, it is so important while we are out here. It is important for us to continue fighting for liberation. It is important that we fight for black liberation. As we stand here, we know they are so intimidating. Oh yes, you can write in your notes, you can record, you can make all the data that you want. But know that we are here! You cannot drown us out. You cannot bully us out. You cannot beat us down. You cannot beat us down because our spirit grows each day and day after. We continue to manifest more power. What you don't realize is as you beat us, we continue to grow strength. As you beat us, as you bully us, we continue to grow stronger. We will be more stronger. Racing News has something so powerful that I too sing America. When company comes, they send me to the back to eat. But I eat and grow strong. One day that they will see and be ashamed that I am beautiful and that I too sing America. That I too sing America! Oh yes, George, you would not believe in your wildest imagination that some black trans, black queer people would be holding space and taking over. The people, we have power. What we are manifesting is a real change. Come on, Sister Justin. We're going to send it up. What we are doing is establishing the new law. The old law, the white supremacy, the bylaws that you created that only really addressed your needs. It did not address the needs of all American people. It did not address the needs of any black people. It strength, but the beauty, the victory, our redemption song is being sung right now! Right now! This is opportunity. This is the time that we grow. As Biden said, we have much work to do. As Biden said, we have much to heal, much to grow.
I like the vibe.
We the people will continue to heal. We the people will continue to grow. We will multiply. Because what we are doing is changing. We are creating real, permanent change. And that change looks like you and me. That leadership looks like you and me. We will not put hope and promise into false prophets. We will not put hope into community members, council members, as my sister eloquently says, who will not even split up a fight, who will not defend black trans people in the face of the enemy. So when they are succumbing to fear, when they are the ones that will never truly acknowledge that we too are your family, you too are Americans. Black lives! Black lives! Black queer lives! Black trans lives! Black non-binary. Black non-binary. As we said before, family, there is no good cops. There is no good police. What they do is that they are policing, they are restricting, they are cutting us off. They will do everything in their power to eliminate the growth, to eliminate the prosperity, to eliminate any true liberty that we have. But what they don't realize is, darling, you cannot give me freedom. You cannot give me liberty. You cannot give me peace. Because it is something that I possess. I possess power. I possess love. I possess black trans power. And darling, we are going to crush white supremacy. We will dismantle any and all racist oppressive systems. Black lives, black queer, black trans, black women, black children, black men, black families, queer families, trans families, families, gender non-conforming families. We all are welcome here. We all are empowered here. This is our time. Family, this is the time that we will make change. This is the time that our civilization will heal. We will no longer accept any white supremacy. We will no longer accept any charges. But we have declared today that we're going to drop the charges. They will and they must drop all charges. We will drop all charges. It is unacceptable that black people, black queer and trans people who are fighting for their dignity, fighting for their lives, are being put in jail, are being beaten. That feels like slavery. That feels like the very thing that we have been fighting for the last 400 years. Because while there is no whip on our back, while there is no noose around our neck, there is a foot on our necks. And we do it for them. Black lives! Black lives! Message. Blessing. Come on, baby. You need to push through. Make some more for Shannon.
I would be remiss if I didn't speak about what it means literally to drop charges. There are a plethora of us, myself included, who have been subjected to this wretched system since May of last year. Many of you don't know, but I showed up here every Thursday with the home detention monitor bracelet around my ankle. Every single Thursday. Why? because this is more important than anything that they can ever press upon me. Every single Thursday, I would jump, I would scream, I'd shout about the liberation of black trans lives, the liberation of black queer lives, the liberation of black non-binary lives, the liberation of black lives, because that was more important than any single thing that they can put onto my body to try to silence my voice. I would disappear around 9:45, 10 o'clock, because I had curfew at 11 o'clock, from 11 to 6. Every single day. And while for some folks, some of our self-proclaimed allies, if they had gone through a similar situation, that may have stopped them from showing up to a space such as this. But because I am fighting not only for my black life, but for all black lives, I knew that I had to show up every single Thursday, and not even just Thursday, but at every single protest that I could make it to ensure that my voice was heard, regardless of what the system tried to do to silence me. So when we say drop all charges, we are not speaking of people who are not in this space, but we are speaking of people that you are intimately sharing space with. We are speaking of people who literally are sacrificing day in and day out their freedom. Because guess what? Had I had any interaction with a cop throughout any of that time I was on home detention, and even now, because my case is still not finished, they would throw me in jail and not think a second about my life. So understand, when we say drop the charges, when we say abolition now, we mean that from the depths, from the very depths of our being. We mean those things. So anyone who is out here who thinks that this is a pony show, who thinks that this is a circus, who thinks that this is something that we just do because we like, because we're masochists, if you will, that is not the truth of this. The truth of this is the fact that we are literally fighting day in and day out for our black lives. That is why we say we are not asking for allyship. Because allyship separates you from exactly what it is that this cause is about, which is black liberation. We need co-conspirators. We need people who are willing to put their lives on the line, who are not black, who are willing to put their lives on the line so that we have time to rest, so that we have time to think about what our next moves are, so that we have time to build community how we want to see community built. Week after week, my good sister Joelle, my good sister Queen, labor. They labor. Monday to Thursday, laboring to make space for everyone to be able to express themselves, for everyone to be able to come together for black liberation. And from Thursday to Saturday to Sunday, they are laboring. What will we speak about next week? What topic is most important for next week? They have no rest. So understand that when they step onto this platform, when they share space with us all, it is not for your benefit to just pour from their well and not pour back into them. For any black person that stands in front of you, it is not for your benefit to pour from their well and not pour back into it. The labor is not incumbent upon us. The labor is not for us to do. We need your help. But most importantly, we need you to take accountability for this wretched nation. Because it is you, Ashe, it is you who have literally, and maybe not you in particular, but the lineage that you are connected to that has continuously brutalized and been violent toward people like us. Yet we are always the ones on the forefront saying and declaring how much we matter. Wake the fuck up! Until you all wake up, the movement that we are so vigorously and tirelessly fighting for will not be realized in the way that it should be. But guess what? Regardless of your wake up, as my sister Josephine is so tirelessly singing, we will not be moved. We will not be moved. Because we understand that our liberation is the only way to liberate this nation. So when you think about coming against people who are literally and tirelessly giving of themselves, when you question whether or not Joel should take a trip, when you question whether or not Joel or Queen should be able to take a day off, remind yourself that you are not the one pouring out yourself every week. That you are not the one giving of yourself day after day to ensure that this movement stays alive. Because let's be clear, as all the other protests have dwindled off, have gone into silence, have gone into hiding, the Stonewall protest showed up every single Thursday. Every single Thursday to ensure that what? Black Lives Matter! So before you go and question whether or not these beautiful people should take some time for R&R, ask yourself, have you gotten out of your rest and restoration? R&R. Ask yourself, did you get out of your bed and galvanize people together for a movement? Ask yourself, did you get out of your bed and ensure that folks have housing? Ask yourself, did you get out of your bed and ensure a couple dollars was in somebody's pocket so that they can get a little hot something to eat? Ask yourself what the hell you have done.
Yeah.
But be clear, that is not to compare yourself to anybody. Because the work that we are doing is not to be compared to that of another person. Do what it is that you can do. But it is not your place to question what somebody else is doing. Let alone a black trans person who shouldn't do anything but ensuring that they are able to survive past 35. Hold somebody. Be clear about why you are here. Because this work is hard. Being an abolitionist and a student of abolition is difficult. We do not have the answers to what our new world looks like. But every single day we are coming together to figure it the fuck out. So while you're operating in your same old American ideologies about what humanity is, about what community is, we are coming together to say, fuck all of that. There is some deep work that we have to do. Collectively, but most importantly, individually, to see our new world realized. A world without cops. A world where we are able to communicate effectively and efficiently. A world where when we are violent toward one another, because don't get it confused. A new world does not mean that there won't be violence. But we are able to communicate with one another about the transgression that we have taken toward that other person. And we are able to rectify those situations and take atonement for our own sins and transgressions.
to be able to really grow and bloom into the world that we want to see. This world is not about the future. It's not about the children that are to come. This world is about right now.
Let's go!
This world is not about what is to come. We have been so conditioned to think about the future and think about the children. That is how we get stationary. That is how we get stagnant into what it is that we are supposed to be doing. When we talk about liberation, I'm talking about my own liberation. Not the liberation of my children or my siblings. As in my younger siblings. Not everybody that's out here. Hello? I'm talking about me experiencing liberation. Me experiencing freedom. And I want all of us to have that same mentality. You should want to be out here for your own freedom and liberation. Because if we are thinking about what it is we can do for other people, we get a God complex. And that God complex is a false reality. The reality is, nobody is God to another person. Though God rests in all of us, that is for us to be able to ascend to our own personal higher self. And once you achieve your own personal higher self, or tap into your own personal higher self, then you are able to really see the humanity of other people, and your own humanity at that as well. Then we are able to really build, excuse me sir, with the bread, hello, you with the bread, you keep walking, somebody grab him. Let me tell you something, people who are walking past and recording, if you are not going to stand with us, delete the fucking footage. You with the bread and the gray hat and the black vest and the white hoodie, I was talking to you and I know you heard me. And that is also something that's so important for us to do. When we see people trying to make a mockery of what it is that we are out here doing, you check them on the spot. You tell them, your little social media post is not doing anything for my liberation. Delete that shit right the fuck now. Because I am literally putting my life on the line while you are sitting and thinking that it's a joke. It don't get that. And I ain't got it on me. Now back to my point. It is incumbent upon us to do the internal shadow work, no pun intended, to do the shadow work of healing ourselves, of healing our inner demons. Because until we do that, we will continue to project our own demons onto other people. Do the work for yourself. Because you showing up here every Thursday not doing the internal work, it means nothing. Do the work. Go home. Study. Figure out what it is about you that you feel melancholy, that you feel joyous, that you feel depressed, that you feel excited. Do the work to figure out who it is that you are. Because until you do that, showing up here every Thursday and exclaiming that Black Lives Matter without making the motions and seeing what Black Lives Matter means in praxis, it means nothing. Internal work, meaning physical work, is the guide toward transformation. Understand that. You can't just hear us speak. You can't just hear them speak and exhaust their labor and go home and say, oh, Thursday was just so amazing. I had such a great time. I can't wait to go next Thursday. You're making a mockery of what we are actually here doing. Do the work to transform yourself from the inside out. Otherwise, you are wasting space.
Oh no, you're good.
You are wasting time. And even though time is a social construct, we have no time to waste. And what? Trans time. Hello, somebody. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. But what does that really mean to you? What does that really mean for you to say such things? How do you step into that every single day? How do you sleep with that at night? Black lives! Is that simply an exclamation for you? Or is that something that is near and dear to your heart? Black lives! Breathe in this moment. And understand that I don't exhaust labor often. But when I'm called upon by my sister, I bring myself to a place to be able to pour out. But the wells cannot be emptied and not be refilled. Black lives! What's going on up there? What's the truth? Understand that folks come as a distraction to what the true message of liberation is. Not tomorrow. They will be defeated. Their systems are imposing upon themselves. And that's by us simply showing up week after week and standing in solidarity with one another. But again, standing in solidarity is nothing if you're not doing the internal right at home, offline.
You're not saying anything.
Do y'all know who
That's a nice little warm little thing in your belly.
who started the Stonewall protest, and not just by name, but we know their story. Do you know their history? Do you know if they have family that is still alive? Do you know if they have family that is still doing the work? Do you know? Are you aware? If you're not doing the work, there are things that I have to do. I can't just get in front of y'all and just say do the work and I don't study myself. I study. Just because I'm black don't mean I know it all. Trust. Just because you're black don't mean you know it all. Trust. There is misogyny war that needs to be eradicated.
Yes, talk about it.
There is prejudice that needs to be eradicated. There is hatred that rests in each and every one of us that needs to be eradicated. We have been conditioned so thoroughly by this nation to believe that everything they have said is true. But even all of us who are out here have at least once said, that don't make no damn sense. In 1492, what happened? Christopher Columbus did what? He sailed the ocean blue and discovered America. Why? African folks had been in America prior to Christopher Columbus's arrival.
All right, y'all. I gotta put my hands in my pockets. I don't have gloves today. But thanks for tuning in. Shadow's giving an amazing speech. I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in again.
These are lies. So that the knowledge exists.
Say it.
Google is fucking free.
It's free as fuck!
And trust. Scholars have already done the work.
Talk about it.
Scholars are doing the work. So for you to sit by in ignorant bliss, you don't want to see change or transformation. You enjoy being a cog in the wheel. I don't. That's not the life I'm trying to live. To get up here every day, or to go outside every day and declare that I am a non-binary individual. It's violence. It's me calling violence upon myself, right? People look at me on the train when I choose to wear a skirt or heels or whatever the case is, and they see this face. I have a mustache, and sometimes I have a goatee, you know what I'm saying? I was born in the male realm of things, boring. And folks literally look at me and are like, what the hell is that? And while they see someone who is weird or whatever the fuck they want to say, weird is not a bad thing to me. I'm weird as fuck. But the reality is, every single day I show up as my full self, and thank you to Stonewall for allowing me to realize and actualize who I am. But every day I choose to show up fully as that person, I am calling violence upon myself in this wretched system. At any given point, somebody can haul up and punch me dead in the face because of how I choose to exist. They wouldn't get too far because a bitch like me. I'm not from New York, okay, I'm from Missouri. The show me stage. I'll smack a bitch. Allegedly. Hello. But each of Queen and Joel and queer folk who show up as themselves day in and day out are calling violence upon themselves. But guess what? It's for our liberation. Because we will be liberated. All of these binaries and structures that this society has situated will literally be eradicated. But it's incumbent upon all of us doing the work. We can't just call ourselves out or call ourselves in. You have to call yourself in to liberation as well.
All MSM sucks. All it does is divide. Stop watching MSM. Agreed, Ziggy.
Black lives.
Agree more.
Children. Black women. Black queer. Black non-binary. Black trans. Black lives. Ashe.
I think she said it all. But before we go, I would like to say how Black trans people show up for themselves is something that you cannot speak on. Because you cannot speak on our liberation. But we can speak on yours because we are the most oppressed people in society. And until you realize that, we will continue to be out here fighting for our lives. So right now, we will continue to be here every Thursday.
Mainstream media, Freebird.
I imagine Ziggy meant like Fox News, ABC, NBC, CBS, etc. Wall Street Journal, all that.
Please, thank you to our bikers. Thank you to our musicians.
Yeah, there you go. Mainstream media, NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, CNN, PBS, all of them.
Thank you.
Very much agreed, Ziggy.
Prove your strength. Thank you so much. Today we made history. At the center of capitalism, we showed that we do not believe in capitalism. Thank you, and please get home safe. The J and the Z train are right here. The 2 and the 3 trains are down the block. Please get home safe. We love you. Thank you.
opposite opinion.
So if anyone has gotten any extra flags or a speaker, please just come up here to the front and we'll take them. Thank you so much. Thank you, family! That's the speaker.
All cops are bastards. 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 Fucking loud enough. All cops are
My bad. You good? What we got here, Alex? This is some Polish nationalist lady who shows up to these and live streams them on YouTube. That's who they're yelling at.
No one's intimidated by you. We just fucking hate you. Hide behind the cops. You don't have enough balls to fight for what you believe in. You're fucking right. What the heck do you think you're intimidated? Come over here. You're not intimidated. You're not fucking dead.
What?
Watching us, recording everybody, anything we do.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I chase them out here.
Alright.
But I think I'm chasing out the hood.
Good to know. Good to know, G.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I get Tara's face on video. There she is. What? There's that fascist Nazi face you have to worry about. You lost the camera. That's why you're here. You're not with us.
this time. You should have trusted for it.
Oh, you're talking about her. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, yeah, she's like some Polish nationalist or some bullshit.
I'm half black, so.
My bad.
I'm half black, you know.
I can't hear through the fucking ski mask.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, she's here at like every protest. She's like some Polish nationalist or some bullshit. She's streaming on YouTube.
I heard about her before. I know who she is.
It's not a Wall Street party. One part of this looks like a fucking party. This is not a party. It's not a party. It's a Nazi. You have this fucking country. And it's gonna be a woman.
Yeah, for the people asking, this is I'm pretty sure she's some like Polish nationalist who comes to these marches and streams them on YouTube. And she kind of hides behind the cops the whole time, and people yell at her as she walks behind and follows along.
Your 5 viewers are gonna really be upset because you signed up.
People are like flashing flashlights at her camera and whatnot. So everyone streaming there is a Nazi. I guess this lady's a Nazi.
Yeah, she is. She's some stupid right wing.
She's like some right wing. I heard she's a Polish nationalist, something like that.
Stupid fucking Nazi piece of crap. Right wing life.
That's what she tried to do, but she has no friends.
She doesn't have any right wing protests to go and stream because they don't ever protest. Like, yeah. She has nothing else to film. The right wing doesn't protest ever. Like, you get the very rare storming of the Capitol, but that's it.
People that watch that shit are like a bunch of poor revisionists and a bunch of idiots.
I have a similar audience. I'm on YouTube Live now too, so I don't know.
How the fuck did she even get behind these barriers?
Popped it. I don't know. She hides behind the cops the whole time. People just like scream at her. What?
They let her.
Yeah. Well, she technically can show up. Technically, but she's gonna have a bad time doing it. People just scream at her the whole time while she's here. Alex, you are confused. BLM and Antifa hide behind the cops. Not really. Kind of the other way around. The counter protests that we've gone to like right-wing counter protests in Bay Ridge and Dyker Heights, in other places. The police generally protect them. Their backs are always faced towards the right-wing protesters. And let me get away from the copyright music before this gets pulled off YouTube. Gotta run away from the copyright music. Gotta run away from the fun. They're playing Bye 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 by NSYNC to the streaming lady. Wow, that seems like a good cause. That seems like a totally logical standpoint. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this specific person and her stream or exactly what she does, so I don't know. I can't say. my in-sync at her, but I can't come too close because YouTube will pull my stream for copyright music. They turned the copyrighted music off, so now, wait. As soon as they turn the copyrighted music off, I'll go over there and keep filming the show. It's like done. Why do they think they have the right to come out, but the Polish woman can't? Well, she does have the right to come out, ultimately. She can follow along behind the marches. She's at, like, all the marches for the past few weeks. But people scream at her the whole time and, like, shine flashlights in her camera and whatnot. And she kind of, like, hides behind the cops and follows along. It is, frankly, a pretty brave move on her part, coming out all alone, but... Looks like the streaming lady has left the area, along with a police caravan behind her. Alex, jump back in the closet. Will do, Steve. It's freezing NYC. Yes, it is, Vincent. It's cold as fuck. It's like 20 degrees out. 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Is this Wall Street? Question mark. Yeah, this is Wall Street.
Joella, you're beautiful. Thank you. I will.
Alex, can you explain short selling stocks? It's when you go short on a fucking stock. The price goes down, you make money. If the price goes up, you lose money. NYC is 21 degrees. Yeah, that feels about right. Is this Occupy Wall Street? Occupy Wall Street is in Zuccotti Park, which is like 1 block down that way. We're right in that area.
This is the mother of the House of Germs. Yes, Sapphire. DM me. We'll see you
Explain derivatives. I don't fucking know what derivatives are. I made 40 grand today thanks to GameStop. Good on you, Kyle. I think I saw some toilet paper stuck to your shoe. Probably not, Jim.
Well, I think mine is all the way out. We'll have it.
Cops are coming back for some reason. Damn, I was just about to take a piss over here too. Motherfuckers. Take a piss on Wall Street. That's how we do it. All forms of protest are valid, okay? cops are bastards. A, C, A, B. Yeah. We're the ACAB Junior anarchist jurisdiction. Squeak, squeak, squeak for justice. Squeak, squeak for justice. Squeak, squeak, squeak for justice. Alright, I'm all toasty. Everyone's dipping. Success. Successful night of protest. Gotta find a little train out of here and safe for me as well. I heard some like weird siren or some shit to my right. But I don't know. Alright, yeah, I'll probably gonna end the stream once I get down there. Earlier tomorrow, but but I just missed another train. It's alright, I can wait 12 minutes. But, and that was my free shot right there. It's all good. Anyways, catch y'all later. Peace. Love.